It's our last morning.
We just finished breakfast. I had porridge again. Very
I
good.
had brioche French toast with berry compote and coconut yogurt. It was the best coconut yogurt I've ever had. It had like shaved coconut in it. Really, really good.
Very creamy.
And thick and
Creamy.
yeah. But now we are getting ready to go, hopefully see the changing of the guard today. And we're sitting in our hotel lobby right by the fireplace. And here's what it looks like inside. It's white with a lot of detail on the ceilings. And that's upstairs is where they have the afternoon tea, which we have not done yet, but that's all right.
There's a doorman over there, the guy who opens the door for us all the time.
All of these fancy hotels around here, the people guarding the hotels are wearing top hats and capes. It's quite funny. We learned yesterday at the Natural History Museum that birds are the closest thing to dinosaurs. And I can see why.
Look at those things.
Oh, here they come. Over from where we just were. There's a man here who is hired to shoo away the pelicans. What the heck?
You should arrest those people.
Yeah, for trying to pet them. Good job. We were following a tour group and we heard that this brown house here, this is where they filmed Bridgerton and The Crown and Queen Charlotte, and this white house is where the king lives. It pays to just follow a tour group because they have some interesting facts. They also said that the what are they called, soldiers? The people march up and down to prove to the king that they're sober, so they have to walk in a straight line. This is our ride to the National Maritime Museum. We're taking an Uber boat down the Thames.
We are.
Gonna see some sights. We don't have anything like that.
That's the Shard. Is that?
That is the Shard. That's the first thatched roof that we've seen.
Right. That must be the
Looks like the Globe Theater.
recreation.
We're in the Uber boat.
Nice little, I guess it's not public, so I guess it's sort of public transportation.
It is
Nice
public
building.
transportation.
And beautiful clean bathrooms. Toilets, as they call them.
Yep, and a mini bar, a snack bar. It's like an airport in here.
You can see it, talk to.
Yep, we can see everything. It would be nice to sit, they have an outside section in the back, but...
Which I'm going to move to once we get to the Tower Bridge, so I can take a picture.
Okay, I'll stay in here maybe. It's like we're on an airplane right now,
Yep.
but we're in a boat. On the beautiful Thames. We made it to Greenwich, spelled like Greenwich.
In the Maritime Museum.
Yeah, it's amazing how many names here are just names in New Jersey. Deptford, Greenwich, Gloucester. What else have we seen?
Did it say Deptford?
I did say Deptford. Everything is very similar in the names. Now, what's cool about Greenwich, Papa?
This is where 0 degree longitude is.
Yep.
This is it.
This is it.
This is where the clocks start. Going to the west plus hours and going to the east minus hours.
Right ahead of us, the Cutty Stark.
The famous Cutty Stark.
Famous Cutty Stark.
Right, of Scotch fame. I believe isn't that what is on these Scotch bottles of Cutty Stark brand liquor. Scotch.
Interesting.
When I was a kid, I had a model that I made of the Cutty Stark, I believe, and plastic and glue.
Okay. Very, very cute. Here we are, National Maritime Museum. It looks cool over there.
We got tricked the last time that was the old Naval War College.
Yeah, Royal Navy College.
Right, and look, turn around. This is all
Greenwich College.
Greenwich College. Pretty neat.
Yeah.
College, huh?
Cool looking buildings. Much more impressive than Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania.
Not really. Elizabethtown.
What do you mean, not really?
Elizabethtown has some nice buildings. You know, the College of New Jersey has some nice buildings as well. That was pretty impressive when you get into the main part of the building. Hopefully, we're going to get right around this corner. We'll see the National Maritime Museum, which actually, I don't know if it's all of this, but look how.
Yeah?
It certainly looks pretty impressive.
Wow. It's cool. Apparently that building up there.
It's the Royal Observatory.
Hold on. It's the Royal Observatory.
It's the Royal Observatory. That's 0.
That's 0.
And I believe that's where they have a planetarium show, iconic London views, and the Meridian Line.
Wow.
That's what we need to see.
The Meridian Line? I'm gonna race him up the hill.
You know it.
I would win today.
Yeah, you would.
Papa's hurting a little bit.
A little. He's actually doing a little better today.
Good. That first day, I sound like Sawyer. I had a strong case of plantar fasciitis, so I was walking weird, and then I got a knot in my calf, but now I'm okay.
Do we have to go this way now?
Here he is, Mr. John Adams.
John Adams, mutiny on the Bounty, that had the mutiny over here of James William Bligh, and let's see, they got there. There were 8 other mutineers, 12 women and 6 men from Tahiti. And he was the only Englishman still alive when that island was found a while later. I'm not sure how long. But just about everyone who lives on the island now is a descendant of John Adams. We don't even know if that was his real name, but that was the name he went by.
Like John Doe.
Yep.
This looks like our living room.
The Spanish Armada.
These were meant to recruit people into the Navy. They couldn't get enough people to recruit into the Navy, so they just took them.
They were press gangs. They would actually send people out to bars and stuff, public houses, get drunk people, and they would hit them over the head, and they would just kidnap them, put them on ships.
That's crazy.
Have you ever heard the term Shanghaied?
Nope.
That was, I don't believe that was used with the English Navy, but it may have been used with the U.S. Navy, where they would kidnap people and take them to Shanghai.
The fact that they have stockings and pants of Nelson when he passed away or died in battle.
Stained in blood.
Yeah, it is stained in blood. Blood from when did he die? October 21st, I remember that. October 21st, 1805. And it's from the Greenwich Hospital collection. That's crazy. Whenever I see things like that, I automatically assume that it's a replication. But that says no. Papa's in his element. Fireside.
Look at us. We're at the, what's the name of this place?
The Coach and Horses.
Coach and Horses.
Greenwich.
And we wanted to eat in the pub, and here we are.
Does this classify?
This classifies the pub. It's got bar stuff.
Okay. Are you gonna get Guinness? Okay. What if I'm buying?
No, so we get one. Unless they have a little shot glass, I can just sample one. We just finish up the Maritime Museum. It was wonderful.
Wonderful.
A lot of things I'm interested in. A lot of things I found interesting back from the commerce through the Spice Islands, Captain Cook and breadfruit, Admiral Nelson and the Battle of Trafalgar. Very enjoyable. I've had to thank Skylar very much for going with me. And it is interesting. Skylar's way to view the museum is very similar to the way Mom's was.
I'm looking at the battles and the big pictures and stuff. And Skylar calls me and says, look, here's Admiral Nelson's bloody socks.
You can look at a picture on a computer. I can see a picture anywhere in the world. But never again am I going to see with my own eyes this General Nelson's bloody socks from Admiral Nelson's bloody socks from the battle that he died in.
Trafalgar, the Battle of Trafalgar. That's what a lot of the places we've been has been Trafalgar Square.
Yeah.
With this big statue of Admiral Nelson. He was very famous.
Right, and it's from the, what was it, 1805? 1805. That those bloody socks and pants have been in the Greenwich Hospital collection.
It's a wonder.
It is a wonder. They kept those in good condition. At one of the museums yesterday, they had everything under like a temperature and humidity gauge and a big rug in the middle of the room that they only turn the lights on for 10 minutes at a time every hour so that it doesn't fade.
Actually, it was like every hour and a half. It was like the world's largest rug of something and something from Iran, and there were like 800 knots per square inch.
Wow. Papa just had a Your Honor stint, and I booked tickets to see Les Mis tonight. So we're going back to the West End. So we saw the second longest running show, Phantom, and now we're seeing the first, Les Mis. It's a classic. Papa knows the story this time, so it's going to be easier for him to follow along. No questions, no thinking necessary. We know Les Mis.
And I know some of the words, but I don't have to listen to the words because I know the story.
They say the story. Well, they sing the story. That's for sure.
24601.
Good job.
John Bell John. John Bell John.
This looks like Universal. The Jaws part that goes into the Harry Potter part. We learned that the globe-looking theater is a replica of the globe. So
it's a recreation because I'm trying to think. Wasn't the real one in Avon?
I don't know. But it's the only thatched roof in all of London.
But I don't believe that. I can't believe there's nobody has a shed in their backyard that they didn't put a thatched roof on.
That's what Google says.
Yep.
This is the Tower Bridge. Right next to the Tower of London. It was a palace at some point, it was a dungeon at some point, and it holds the crown jewels. There it is.
There's also the star of either a Bone Chillers or a Goosebumps episode with a boy and a girl running around and the guy's chasing them with those axe stems.
The Goosebumps or Bone Chillers that scared me the most was Welcome to Horrorland. Welcome to Horrorland was terrible, the worst. That's probably where my fear of spiders comes from. It's because he got sent in a casket down a river with a spider in the casket with him. Also, Night of the Living Dummies. That one was terrible as well. That one scared Savannah for a while.
The one with Carly? With the head?
No.
Head?
No. Oh, that one was horrible too. That's the one with Dylan and Cole Sprouse. No, you're thinking of the Pumpkins. That's Carly. But I was thinking of the one with Dylan and Cole Sprouse with the doll and his shoulder. That one is The Nightmare Room. Oh, that one gets ya. Papa said that he saw something funny that was like, oh, how do you say this in English? But then people don't know how do you say it in a different language.
When you forget a word,
you don't say how do you say that in English.
You say, well, I forget how to say that in English.
No, you don't.
Because that suggests you know how to say it.
You say, I can't remember the word.
That suggests you know how to say it in a different language. That you're multilingual.
No, nobody says that. This is our last night here in London. Like I said, we are going to Les Mis tonight. But on our first day, we did some walking around. But we were both up for 2 days straight. It felt like we were zombies walking around. But now, we're back to where we started on that first day. Look at this. Whoa! There we go. Big Ben.
And now as we come down, we have St. Paul's Cathedral and we have Westminster Abbey over here.
It's really pretty here. We're back in the room, and I have had the luxury of getting my first iced coffee. Now, it's been too cold to be walking around with an iced coffee, so I got one to sit in our room before we go to Les Mis. Now, just notice the differences. Just notice them. This is it's very backlit. Maybe let me turn around. This is a venti iced caramel macchiato. Now, in America, they come with 6 shots of caramel. Here they come with 5, but I asked for 2. And just look at the cup. I think it's thicker and shorter. But I'm very excited to drink this. And they also had some really good looking cookies that we don't have. And we got a chocolate caramel muffin that they don't have either.
Hold it up. And before you hang up, so it's just about 5 o'clock now. So about an hour before we leave for the flight. It starts at 7:30.
Yep.
We'll have a walk to get there.
It's a good looking muffin. Fancy Starbucks. We're on our way to Les Mis now.
Just past the Grand Old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched them up the hill.
There's
and he marched them down
a cool piece of history here, and that is this block. This horse block, I can't read. Erected by desire at the Duke of Wellington in 1830. So he would mount his horse here. Cool, huh? We have one of those horse blocks in Mulligan Hill too, which is quite cool. Shown to us on a ghost tour.
So if you look straight ahead, turn the camera around, this is one of the nice parts of London that we've seen walked around during the day. Now later at night, the show starts at 7:30.
Yep.
It's about 6:30 now.
We haven't really walked around at night because it gets dark really early here. But it's nice to see all the lights. This is a glockenspiel that Papa did research about, and we passed on the second day, but neither of us realized.
Sondheim Theater is only 900 feet.
Perfect.
4 minutes, so we can stay here for 7.
All right.
Should
We're
we?
gonna stay here and watch for 10 minutes to hear the glockenspiel.
Do you think it's going to do anything?
I don't know. I didn't know about this
And 4 minutes
glockenspiel.
should be okay if we have a half an hour, right?
Yeah? 4 minutes?
4 minutes walking distance from here.
Oh. We're just gonna stand here and watch.
Change to walking. Yep.
We're just gonna stand here and watch the clock turn every second. We're in Leicester Square here. We got a Lego right across from the M&M store.
We have a Pret a Manger we've seen about.
The Prets have been everywhere, but
20 of those.
the Lego and the M&M much less crowded than Times Square or Disney Springs.
There's the Big Ben watchtower. That's not called Big Ben. It's only the clock that's Big Ben. I presume it's made out of Legos.
Wow, that's cool. We got 30 more seconds until 7 o'clock, and the hopes that the glockenspiel is going to do
that
something.
The clock does something. It doesn't just hit 7 and keep going.
It might. We don't know. 10, 9, 8.
4. 3. I hear a phone ringing. It stopped.
Woo!
Did you see it stop?
All right.
I guess nothing's gonna happen.
And that's all right. We did some souvenir shopping as we were waiting for the glockenspiel. Maybe it's only at noon.
You know what?
Oh! What's that? It's coming from somewhere. Not there.
Maybe the time's off.
Walk through Chinatown. Busker behind us. And we got Les Mis right in front. The thing about these buskers, especially the performers, is that all of them act like they're about to do something amazing, and then it never is. We made it in the theater. Here we are. We're in the stalls section of the Sondheim Theater.
Which is actually ground level.
It is ground level. At the moment, we're very lucky. We're in the back row. I thought that I got an aisle seat, but no, this is the sound booth.
We're right next to the sound booth. We can help them if they have any trouble.
We know the show. And also, the one seat in front of me is open.
So far.
And all those seats next to us are open so far.
Wait. Let me show you the view from my seat.
But Papa boosted himself up on on his coat, so he's gonna rise to the top and watch over.
You want me to show you this? You want me to show you my view again?
No. I'm excited. The one thing about this seat back here is that we can't really see the atmosphere of the theater. It looks like it's another round theater. Look,
no.
yeah, look. It's curved.
It's roundish, but it's not round. It's all just behind us.
Phantom of the Opera was round. It was a circle.
Well, it wasn't like this. It wasn't like the Westbury Music Fair.
What?
Oh, the Westbury Music Fair. It's the play that I saw, the theater I saw Hair at when we did my high school graduation. It's a round theater in the middle, and the seats are 360 around it.
Cool.
So they had to turn around to play to all the different sides.
All right then. We're done Act 1.
Excellent.
Really good. Really good.
I'm not filming Skylar up there, so I'm able to listen to the words and understand, like One Day More, I understand what that's about now.
Yeah.
And how Eponine likes Marius, but Marius doesn't even know she's alive.
All right.
Well, he knows that, but he knows she's alive because she helped him.
Yeah.
But the question is, why did she help him when she has feelings for him?
Well, because she has feelings for him.
I hope she doesn't die in the second act. I like her.
Okay. The good thing about one of the reasons why I picked Les Mis is because Phantom, neither of us knew anything about Phantom of the Opera. Les Mis, you don't really need to think, you just watch, because we already know what happens.
And I'm listening to the words so I can sort of understand what's going on behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes, they're on the scenes.
No, but behind the characters.
All right. You mean the show?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I have to say, there's a lot of scenes that I forget. Like if somebody asked me to describe scene to scene to scene to scene to scene, there's a lot that I wouldn't remember. I remember when I see them.
Yeah.
But there really is a lot that goes on in the show.
Yeah. And the order gets a little fuzzy. But these seats are really cool. We're on eye-plane level with the actors, and the stage is lifted, so it's like a slant.
It's slanted. When we first saw the actors, they looked so big.
Yeah.
I was thinking like they were behind an enlarging screen.
No. I think it might be an illusion because of the slanted stage and also the ceiling that's right there. Because their heads go like pretty close to the ceiling.
It might be, and they seem very, very close. So we do have a little restricted overhead, but there's only like 2 different people that we couldn't see at one point. It's very small.
It's a very different experience than Phantom of the Opera, where we were very far away, couldn't really see the actors, but we could see everything going on.
But
this, we can just see the actors and just see their faces.
Phantom was a very grand theater. This is very intimate, which surprised me because we've watched on TV the 25th anniversary, which of course
Nick Jonas.
is done in the big hall.
Yeah.
But it's big spectacular.
Well, I'm pretty sure they're like 3 levels above us, so it's probably spectacular, but we just can't see it.
No, but I mean on the stage.
Yeah.
No, not the theater being spectacular. The stage being spectacular. I mean, when we've seen this on TV, there's been so many people on stage. It's been big musical numbers, and this seems very intimate.
It is intimate.
Right?
Yeah. There are probably like 15 people total who are going from scene to scene to scene.
Well, and even when I saw it, Master of the House on the Tony on the Tony Awards, it seemed so grand that there seemed like to be so many moving parts.
Yeah.
And this seems just a little tighter.
Yep. All right, going into Act 2. Now this is what we couldn't see from the back, was the rest of the theater. It's beautiful in here.
Oh, look at that.
Beautiful top piece chandelier. This one didn't fall.
It's called the Trump Delay.
It's called a chandelier.
No, the ceiling.
Oh, it's very
Something
pretty
like
in
that.
here.
Beautiful.
It's our last morning.
Sad morning. We've had a great trip. Of course, it's always nice to go home. It'd be nice to be home. We do have a long travel day ahead of us.
Yeah. Our flight is at 1. We land at 6 p.m. in Orlando, but it's really going to be like 11 p.m. here. So we're just going to have to stay up for a little bit longer. But it's easier than coming here.
I had a court conference at 8:30 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Oh, Lord.
On a pro bono case where I was assigned, where I was appointed to defend somebody who was charged with a disorderly persons Not looking forward to that.
All right. And we ended up eating breakfast here at our hotel like, what, 3 times, 4 times?
Every day.
Because it's been so good. The coconut yogurt, the best that I've ever had in the whole world. I'm gonna miss it. So, we did see Les Mis last night. Really, really good. I wanted to mention 2 things that were really, really cool. Was that a lot of their interpretations of the character I had never seen before. So like, I didn't find that Eponine very likable, which was interesting. The Thénardiers were not very comical. They were on the meaner side. And that's what's the great thing about theater, is that you can see the same show like 5,000 times and it's different every single time. And the progression of how the characters looked throughout the show, they did a really good job. Like, when we first see Jean Valjean, he had long hair, he was tattered, he was beaten, and by the end, all of his makeup was like old, his hair was white. It was very cool. And also, when Javert had his big scene, instead of jumping down, I thought he was going to fall into the stage. I thought he was going to jump down into the stage. But he was attached to wires, and he like lifted up, and he started flying. It was very cool.
Well, I don't think he was flying, but he was sort of going like, this, as if he was falling.
He was falling,
right?
But I wasn't expecting him to go upwards. I was expecting him to go down,
yes,
like a falling
in an upward direction.
Yes. Anything from you?
Up the bridge. The other thing that was really interesting is the stage was slanted from front to back, so it really gave a different perspective. Everybody seemed to be so close. We were in row W, which was the back row of the bottom section, and it seemed to be very close. The characters, the way they would walk from the back of the stage to the front of the stage, it looked like they were really coming to you out of a distance when they were really only a couple of feet away.
Here's that coconut yogurt I was talking about. And the toast looks good today. Papa's porridge. He's gotten porridge 3 days now.
The first day, you got
I got that 4 days.
Right. Well, we shared
3 days. No, I got the sugar waffles the one day.
All right. Yes, this is very good. The first day my bananas were lined up. Now they're rainbow. Bye-bye. Miss American Pie.
Once in a lifetime trip for me. Twice in a lifetime trip for Steve here. Just remember, you change the world when you change your mind. Bye-bye from Miss American Sky.
And Mr. Stevie.